Sono io, WorryWart, haha!
Welcome back to another episode of TheWorryWartGamer. Nintendo has always been incredibly cautious and also incredibly meticulous when it comes to their IP. From completely canceling a team's work on Metroid Prime 4 and starting over with Retro Studios, to the Nintendo seal of quality actually meaning something beyond a marketing slogan. When I heard about a push to take their IP into movies and the formation of Nintendo Pictures, I knew that same level of passion and creativity coupled with that insistence on control would lead to industry-defining best-in-class entertainment. When I first heard about the Super Mario Bros. Movie, I have to admit I was very nervous, as it's such a big part of not just my experience over the years gaming, but it's literally the reason the console gaming industry was resurrected after the gaming crash in the early 80s. Let's tackle the biggest concern that I had and also address the biggest complaint social media has, as if anything is ever positive on social media. Mario's voice in the games was always a cute, if not stereotypical, take on Italians that speak broken English. Mario never had long lines of dialogue in any of the games beyond a few sentences and multiple woohoos and let's-a-goes. There's a reason for that. It would have been incredibly difficult to have Mario interact with real meaning and emotion with that interpretation on the accent. The games were about simple stories and inspired gameplay. With the move to a feature film, 2 hours of dialogue in a high-pitched, somewhat stereotypical accent just wouldn't work to convey all that needs to be conveyed in a film versus a game. Chris Pratt seems to be one of those love him or hate him people for some reason. However, this voice and its subtle, less over-the-top interpretation of the accent I felt worked brilliantly, especially when you consider Mario has to actually engage with characters throughout the film beyond just a few Mamma Mias and I did it's. I heard a slight Brooklyn Italian accent right when Mario said, "Mushroom Kingdom, here we come," and I could imagine that style of voice being used within the context of an actual dialogue-heavy film much better than the one created to only say a few taglines here or there. Not that the original voice actor didn't create something timeless and culturally ingrained in pop culture, but that doesn't mean it has to work or would work in a feature film. The icing on the cake, and the one thing that immediately puts any concern to rest, is that from the outset, Shigeru Miyamoto was involved in this film, all aspects of it. The choice of Chris Pratt and the style of voice he uses, you can bet, was meticulously vetted and constantly tweaked until it was, by Miyamoto's standard, the perfect voice for the film's representation of Mario. I'm sure he's heard more dialogue and seen the performance in greater context than what we've seen, folks. It's literally 9 words, after all, that the public is reacting to. Bowser, of course, was much less something people could be critical of, as a voice was never really settled on, and Jack Black seems to always just amaze at everything he does. The animation, let's talk about that. The partnership between Illumination and Nintendo has yielded, in my opinion, the absolute best interpretation, not only of the world of Mario, but the best animation I've seen almost ever in characters and worlds. Again, that Nintendo control and quality, and Miyamoto, who is truly this generation's Walt Disney, has once again led to a display of just what that Nintendo seal of quality means. So in the end, this is the beginning of a new chapter for Nintendo, as they not only create characters and worlds to amaze and entertain gamers from 8 to 88, it's the start of a new experience for those gamers, both young and old, to see these characters and worlds come alive in feature films. I'm excited. I'm happy with all I've seen so far. Most importantly, it has had a real effect on the real world, not the social media one, and that reaction from what I've seen is one of happiness and joy and excitement, the staples of that Nintendo seal of quality. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.